Hey everyone, welcome to Yoga with Adriene. I'm Adriene. Today we have a home practice that's going to tone the core and the booty. So this is a big request. Having a little fun with it. We're bringing the yogic perspective to a video that tones the core and helps you get that booty. Let's have some fun. Hop into something comfy and let's get started. All right, my friends, today we're going to start standing in the middle of your mat. Bring your feet as wide as the mat. Just two parallel lines here. And then we're going to bring the hands, we're going to bring them together. We're just going to start rubbing them to create a little bit of energy, a little bit of heat, a little bit of friction. Just something to really focus our mind here as you begin to let go of the day thus far. Politely put the to-do lists away, the future on hold, and arrive here now in the present. Rub them a little faster, lift your heart, breathe, big inhale in, and then exhale, just bring your hands right to your chest, your pectorals, and lift your heart up towards your hands, and sink a little weight into your heels. Notice how you feel. And then see if you can press away from the earth by lifting the kneecaps and just lifting up from the pelvic floor, creating more spaciousness or just more awareness all the way up through the crown of the head, up and down the spine. Cool. Then inhale, lift your heart even more. And exhale, keep the heart lifted as you release the hands. We're going to bring them to the tops of the thighs, and you're not going to collapse here in the heart. So we just establish that so that we have a little bit of a fighting chance to maintain that as you come forward. And then you're going to just bend the knees here and just bring your right shoulder in towards the center line, and then loop your left shoulder around and back and open up through the left side body. Might feel good to start to straighten the left leg. There, got all zened out. Or you can keep a soft bend. So we're finding a little twist in the spine. Inhale in, exhale, switch, bend the knees, drop the left shoulder in towards the center, and really actively loop the right shoulder around and back. And with each repetition, you can find something new. So you'll go back and forth in your own time. Maybe you bring the top hand to the back body. Maybe you start to have more of an awareness in the neck, remembering that the neck is a nice long extension of the spine. So really thinking of the spine as our guiding light here. The body is one moving part rather than a bunch of disjointed parts. So today's practice is for the core and the booty. A big request that I just decided, you know what, let's just fulfill it. But I want to start off this practice by saying really the goal is to create a wholeness, a union of the breath and the body. But as the body gets stronger, we want to cultivate balance. And so today's practice is going to do that. Okay, so after a couple rounds, we're going to come to center, and you're just going to press the palms into the tops of the legs and think cat-cow here. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest, feel the abdominals nice and long. Very flattering pose here to put on YouTube. Wonderful. And then exhale, draw the navel in, round the spine, think cat pose. And you're really going to use your hands to press, and you should feel the spaciousness in the back body here. Feet are nice and firmly planted with awareness. Then inhale, bend the knees, scoop your heart forward, open the chest. Think cow pose, open the throat. And then exhale, last time, rounding through chin to chest. Draw the navel in and up so much. Lovely. Then slowly we'll roll all the way up. Swim the fingertips behind to interlace. And we're going to open up through the chest here. So knuckles draw down and away. And you're going to inhale in, smile. And then exhale, really bring your center right underneath you. So for a lot of people, we might be here. You're going to really lengthen the tailbone down and see if you can stack up through the spine so that the center plumb line or the midline is really bright and just full of awareness, just has your attention. And we're going to maintain that as we work today. So there's nothing wrong with a great workout, and yoga is really a great tool for strengthening, trimming, toning the body, getting to a healthy, balanced place where you feel good. But for me, it's not what we do, but how we do it. So this line of the spine is gonna really help us today. We're gonna bump the hips to the left here and take the crown of the head to the right. Maybe your fingertips go to the left. And then from your center, draw the navel in, come to center, and take it to the other side. Bump the hips to the right. And so this is a test. I'm not collapsing in the neck here, but I'm keeping equidistant between my ears and shoulders. Okay, navel draws in to lift you back up. And inhale, we sweep the arms all the way up and overhead. Exhale, bring the feet right underneath the hips. Then inhale in again to reach. And then exhale, soft bend in the knees as you fold it all the way down. And then inhale, reach for the sky, back all the way up. And then exhale, it's like you're painting a wall with the hands all the way down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Welcoming some energy to the body. Inhale all the way up. And exhale all the way down. Nice work this time. Forward fold. Stay here for a couple breaths. And then from here, we're going to walk the hands all the way forward and the feet all the way back to come into our first plank pose. Take your time getting there. You can always lower the knees, wrap the shoulder blades around, press away from the yoga mat, and you want to find this danda, or this length from the crown to the tail. Then inhale, puff up through the upper back body, lift your heart space up towards the ceiling, claw the fingertips, and then exhale, keep the elbows hugging into the side body best you can as you lower all the way down. Then tap into that inner smile, big inhale lifts you all the way up, press up, and then exhale, slow and in control all the way down. Inhale lifts you all the way up, you got this. And exhale all the way down. And one more, inhale, strong core, navel draws up as you press up. And exhale all the way down. Beautiful. Hug the elbows in, inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, release. Curl the toes under, lift the kneecaps, tone the quads. Big inhale lifts you all the way up, plank pose. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Use this opportunity to find a couple really awesome cleansing breaths. Inhaling deeply through the nose and big exhalations out through the nose or mouth. Just take a couple here. Don't be shy. Take your dog for a little walk and enjoy the process, the unfolding as you stretch and move in a way that feels good. Find a rhythm that feels good today and focus on the things that are serving you, that feel good. Deep breaths. Try not to focus on the things that are difficult or tight or stuck. Find softness, even though we're strengthening today. Great, then you're gonna walk your toes as wide as your yoga mat again, but this time let them spill off the yoga mat, so you're pressing into the outer edges of the feet. And then we're gonna slowly bend the knees, lift the heels, and come into a froggy pose variation. So you might have to make some adjustments, maybe bring the toes in a little bit more. That was a little wide for me. But the heels are lifted in this variation. And then tap into that core strength by bringing the palms together. And you're coming into a really wide, like deep plie here. And we're gonna try to bring the tail down to lift the heart up. So opening up through the hips. If bringing the hands up is too much for you, you can keep the fingertips down and you can actually use the fingertips to play a little here. And then one final breath cycle. Imagine you're leaning back against a wall. And if you really want to challenge yourself here, give yourself a little space between your heels and your bum. Lift up a little higher. And again, we're working to create this nice, long, beautiful line in the spine so the energy can run fluidly. And then release. Great work. To come out of this posture, be really mindful of the knees. So you're gonna keep a little activity in the toes, gripping the earth as you walk all the way forward and lift the hips up high. Come back to your downward facing dog. Turn the toes in when you get there. Finding that internal rotation of the hips should feel really good. And then take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Great. Walk the toes in line with the hips. Doesn't matter if the heels are close to the ground or not. You can actually even lift the heels here. Then we're going to inhale, draw the navel in and up and take it over an imaginary hurdle here, coming into our plank pose. Take a deep breath in here, strong plank, and then exhale back to your downward dog. Again, start this movement with the belly drawing in and up. We go all the way up and over that imaginary hurdle, and then send it back, downward facing dog. Claw through the fingertips. And again, navel draws in and up, slow it down. Breathe deep. Downward facing dog. One more time. Root down through the index finger and thumb. Navel leads the way. And to your downward dog. Great work. Deep breath in. Long breath out. We're going to slowly walk the feet back to the middle of the mat. Hands come to meet the toes after you've planted the feet. Forward fold. You're going to bring the hands right underneath the feet, toes meeting at the wrists here. Should feel really good. Shifting your weight a little bit forward perhaps, or wiggling the toes. Feeling that nice stretch through the forearms and a spaciousness through the upper back body. If you want more in the lower back body, bend your knees generously. Awesome. Release the hands carefully. Press into the feet. Root to rise here, reaching for the sky, reaching for the stars. Spread your fingertips and inhale. We rise up strong. Big full body stretch here. Reach, 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 reach. And exhale, hands to heart. Awesome work. Okay, let's keep going. Let's stay focused here. Start to deepen the breath, incorporate the breath even more. Feet go as wide as the yoga mat again. Maybe you might have to bring it in just a bit depending on the length of your legs. But you want your heels just a little bit wider than your hips. All right, toes are pointing forward and we have options for the hands. You can go one hand to a fist, one hand on top. You can go namaste, palms pressing together, or you can also send the fingertips out in front. If you do that, keep the heart lifted. So every variation, the heart stays lifted. So here we go. We're going to inhale in, exhale, send the hips back. Knees are going to try to stay over the ankles here as we come into a squat and draw the navel in and up. Then inhale, rise up strong. Find that danda, crown to tail, and exhale, send it back. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, sink deep. And start to really sync up with the sound of your breath. So inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale, weight is in the heels. Inhale. Exhale. And then keep it going. Listen to the sound of your breath. And then gather that energy in the belly. Keep going. All right, so we're going to start to get our groove on a little bit here. Just sync up with your breath. Keep weight in the heels. Keep the heart open and lifted. Inhaling, you sink down low now perhaps, and exhale, squeeze the glutes and lift your heart. And once you feel like you can get into a little bit of a rhythm, you might, if it feels good, pick up the tempo. But stay focused on the quality of movement rather than the quantity. And keep this awareness of the spine. And one thing Yoga Asana is so good about is reminding us that when we remember to soften and just be available, we actually have so much that we didn't know was possible, so much energy, so much potential. But when we're gripping and focusing on the hard and the fast and the furious and the heat, it's harder to keep up. So stay in a nice groove here, but find ways in which you can soften, and just, I guess a good way of putting it would be to bring a little grace to it all. By now you're probably starting to cultivate some heat. That's good. We want to get the heart rate up a little bit here. Keep it going. Maybe you sink the hips, the bum down a little lower for this last little beat. And maybe squeeze the glutes as you rise up. All right, let's do one more. And the next time you're down low, stay there. We're here, lengthen the tailbone down, open the palms up. I feel like Tevye and Fiddler on the Roof here. Inhale in, and then exhale, forward fold. So ground the feet, but then shake your head loose and just let go. Awesome work. All right, bend the knees, reach for the sky, reach for the stars. Inhale, spread the fingertips, rise up strong. And exhale, hands to heart. So we're gonna go one more round. And if you have a block, you can use it. If you don't have a block, you're just gonna repeat what we just did. It's super great. So if you have one block, just bring it underneath one foot. So you have one foot on the block and one foot off. Again, if you don't have a block, no worries, just do the same thing. You're gonna get loads of benefits. So here we go. Find that upward current of energy through the front body and then the grounding of the back body. Toes are pointing forward. We inhale and exhale just to relax the shoulders. Then send the hips back, take a deep breath in. Fingertips go forward, or maybe you take a mudra or something that feels supportive in the hands. And then inhale, lift and squeeze. And if you're on the block, you might lift that left leg up, squeeze and lift. And then inhale back all the way down. Exhale, squeeze and lift. And of course, the right foot is really pressing into the block to lift the heart and chest up. So inhale to lower now, exhale to lift. Let's get clear on that. You can hold onto your focus out in front, but make sure that you're not clenching in the forehead or the jaw. Keep it soft and easy. Definitely feeling it in my glutes. And the block just really brings it into that right glute. Okay, keep the hip points lifting up, not moving forward. Not moving to the side if you're on the block. Try to keep this idea of them lifting up. It's hard for me to talk and do this. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Throat open. Heart lifted. Great. Release. If you're on the block, we're going to come, just bring it to the other side very quickly. Everyone else is just taking a little breather, a little break. Last round, here we go. Find what feels good. Lift the corners of the mouth a little bit here. Inhale. Exhale to relax the shoulders. And inhale to lower. So think about sending the hips back as we bend the knees and then we squeeze and lift up. Let's sync up with our breath. If you're getting a little overheated, exhale out through the mouth. Let some of that heat go. Squeezing the glutes at the top. Keep it cool. Stay calm. Awesome. Then we're gonna do one more, and the next time you're down there, if you're on the block, just kick it to the side and then we'll all meet up. We are one. Now coming into this last squat. And then find a mudra that feels good. It could be Wu-Tang, it could be Thriller, it could be Lotus. We're just gonna sink a little deeper. And inhale, lift your heart and lift your toes, and then exhale, sink a little deeper. And then just one more time, you got this. Inhale, exhale, sink a little deeper. And then let everything go. Forward fold. Awesome work, everyone. Sway gently side to side. Shake the head a little yes, a little no. Take a deep breath in and exhale everyone out through the mouth. And then as you're ready, open the eyes if they're closed and bring the fingertips out in front This isn't a very fancy transition here. We're just gonna slowly come to all fours. So walk the toes back and guide yourself to tabletop position. The block can go away for a bit. And we come to this nice neutral spine. And if you need a moment to just bump the hips a little left to right or do some figure eights, listen to your body, find what feels good. We'll press away from the yoga mat, and when you're ready, keep the left foot pressing to the ground, and you're just gonna lift the right toes up towards the sky, and just baby pulses here as you press away from your yoga mat. And then make sure to engage your core by drawing the navel in and up. Baby pulses. Neck is nice and long. Keep it going. And then we'll take a deep breath in and exhale, knee to nose, round it through. And then inhale, right toes all the way towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, round it through. Inhale, right toes towards the sky. Last one. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg towards the sky. And then we're gonna release and switch baby pulses with the left leg. Left toes up. Here we go. So keep that line of the spine nice and long. Lots of awareness of the navel, the core drawing in and up. Press away from your yoga mat here. Shoulders away from the ears, pulsing. Nice work, everyone. Keep it going. We're almost done. Sweet. And then here we go. Inhale in, exhale, knee to nose, round it through, squeeze and lift. Inhale, left toes towards the sky, open the chest. Exhale, squeeze and lift, knee to nose. Last one, inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left toes towards the sky. And exhale, release. Walk the knees up towards the wrists, swing the legs to one side, and come to a seat. You're gonna send the legs out in front, Dandasana. Just take a moment here to catch your breath. Appreciate your body. And remember that we can totally focus on core and booty, but we need to remember why we're doing it. So I wanted to come to Dandasana today to just remember, what are all the ways in which a healthy core supports me that aren't toxic, that make me feel good, that help me sit up nice and tall, that help me improve my posture, keep me free from back pain, allows me to be mobile, move through life with more ease and fluidity. All right, then press into your hands, lift the hips, come all the way forward with the booty, and then we'll slowly roll down to the back, nice and slow. Take your time. When you get there, get centered on your yoga mat, and you're gonna just hug both knees into the chest, and then you're gonna take them over to the left side, and you might even use your toes to bring your hips more towards the right. So we're in a reclined twist here just to start. You can even turn your gaze towards your right hand if it feels good. And we're here, either staying in the twist for restorative, or we'll bring the fingertips to the temples, soft fingers here. Inhale in, exhale, lift. Careful not to crunch the back of the neck, so keep your chin, your throat nice and open and lifted. Inhale to find length and exhale to draw everything in. Keep the neck nice and long. So you can really use that exhale to squeeze. Mindfully toning the muscle, but keeping a strong awareness in the spine, the neck, keeping the face nice and calm. All right, nice work. We're gonna release this, release the hands, go right into the other side. So start with the twist, knees fall to the right. Again, you can move your hips to the center of the mat if that feels good. You could always opt out of the oblique work and just stay in the reclined twist. Otherwise, we'll bring the fingertips to the temples. Inhale in and exhale, lift. Keep your gaze up towards the ceiling or even up towards your third eye. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Fingertips can come behind the head. Try to keep the elbows nice and wide. And find a rhythm. Listen to your breath. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. And as you exhale and lift, the navel contracts in. Focus on the quality, the sensation of the movement rather than the quantity. So you don't need to jerk yourself around here. You don't need to create any tension in the neck or the shoulders. Work it out. Awesome, do one more. And then release everything, awesome work. Bring the feet together, knees wide. Reclined cobbler's pose. Snuggle the shoulder blades underneath the heart space, hands come to the belly, and we start to soften it out. Let the breath just return to a natural rhythm. Close your eyes. Then find stillness here and just start to cool off a bit. Give thanks for your body and for your breath. And you can stay here if time allows. You can stay here a little bit longer. Or if you're ready, we'll begin to slowly make our way to shavasana by extending one leg out, then the other. Maybe you take a moment to windshield wiper the toes back and forth. And take one arm out and then the other. And then take a deep, loving inhale in. Really go for the gold here. Breathe in deep. And as you exhale, let everything go, softening, relaxing the weight of the body completely into the earth. Close your eyes. Relax your tongue. Let go. Awesome work today, my friends. We'll slowly draw the palms together, bring them up to the third eye. The awesome in me bows to the awesome in you. Way to work with integrity and to stay present with your breath as we step into our best and most beautiful selves in both body, mind, and heart. Have an awesome day. Namaste.